Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, is holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hi. That took a really long time for it to go live. So I'm assuming we now have like a 45-second delay between me and the chat, which is not good. Unfortunate. But what can we do? We'll just get along with it. I hope everybody's doing well today. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. We have quite a few things to watch today, so we are going to get into it. The first case that we're going to watch is in Judge Grumpy's court, and he is certainly grumpy. He always is, but the lawyers seem to be at each other's throats as well, and so that's what we're dealing with. Hey, Jim. I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. I haven't had anything for dinner. Did I eat today? I haven't had anything to eat today. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I haven't eaten anything today. But maybe I will later. You never know. Also, has anybody heard of a marital lawnmower before? Good question. Good question. Without further ado, let's get going in Judge Bromlick's court because we have a long case after that. So we'll start here. Oh, having pizza in a couple hours. That sounds pretty good, Jeffrey. Sounds pretty good. All right. Oh, chicken salad, Vicky. That sounds delicious. Yes, please. You can serve it on the table right over there. I already said without further ado. Whoop.
Skorsky representing the plaintiff, Tara Dickerson. Ms. Dickerson appears to be present with Ms. Skorsky. In addition, we have attorney Donald McGuigan. How do you pronounce your last name?
McGuigan, Your Honor.
McGuigan, representing the defendant. Richard Dickerson, you filed an appearance, sir?
I mailed in an appearance. I talked with the clerk's office yesterday and they told me they wouldn't take it by fax or email, instructed me to mail it to them. We put it in the mail this morning. And they told me to tell you that I had spoken with them and they said to mail it to them and tell you I have mailed the appearance. So, yes.
Okay. So the parties obviously did engage in the mediation this afternoon with the front of the court for a short period of time. Is that correct, Ms. Skorsky?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Dickerson had previously failed to appear. He never filed an answer to the divorce complaint. When he did it, well, I think when we were last in court, Ms. Skorsky, you informed the court the only issue was a dog. It's a 2.5-year marriage. Is that the only issue?
Well, Judge, apparently there are some other issues.
Other issues, ladies and gentlemen. So, but the dog is the big issue in this 2.5-year marriage. Lawnmowers can be valuable. I suppose this is the case. I just think it's so funny. You'll hear the judge say it. It's a marital lawnmower. I just think that's so funny. Hey, Barb. Boo. Jesus. Scared. Oh, sirens. They're coming for me again, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear it?
My client can't agree to the lien language. He also informs me that there was a vehicle that was marital property that was sold about a month or two ago, or at least during the pendency of this matter. Then the dog, and then there's a lawnmower at issue too. And my client,
A vehicle that's been sold,
yeah,
a
by
dog and a motor and a lawnmower, those are the issues?
those are the issues.
Okay, well, we can sell the dog and sell the lawnmower. What's the situation with the automobile?
Sell the dog! Oh my God, Judge is vicious. Oh, wow. I mean, you can't do that with a kid. He's never said that with a kid before, but Jesus Christ, sell your dog. I don't care if both of you love it. And this is what happens, folks, when you take your business and you fucking put it in somebody else's hands. And this gentleman has to every day listen to this shit. He ain't playing around. He will sell your fucking dog, okay? Actually, he'll make you sell your own dog by court order. I didn't hear that part first when I was recording this. I was in and out of the room. Wow. Wow. And just again, though, this is the point. When you take your petty issues to a judge, they might solve them in a way that you don't think would even be on the table. You were wanting the judge to set up a fucking visitation agreement for your dog, and he is going to sell it. It is property. They have no marital children, one marital dog, one marital lawnmower. Chuck. They really are their property. Ed would go on the run. Do you hear this? That's a beautiful dog. I'm going to say that. But Ed is saying right now he would go on the run instead of listening to this judge. Damn, that should have been the title, Sell Your Dog. And I thought marital lawnmower was catchy.
So the proceeds, your client wants half of the proceeds of the sale?
That's correct, Judge.
Are we talking about a $20,000 vehicle?
He doesn't know, Judge. And he does
talk through those things. Then obviously it's not appropriate for a trial.
No, I would agree, Your Honor. And, if we could have perhaps a little more time with the mediation, we might be able to get somewhere. My client has one more offer concerning those issues and the dog.
So you've not completed mediation then this afternoon? Is that what you're suggesting?
That's what I'm suggesting, yes.
Oh, all right. Ms. Gorski, do you have some time, Ms. Gorski, to continue the discussions?
Yes, Judge. I just have to express my frustration. I got an appearance from Brother Counsel yesterday. The first I've ever heard about a vehicle is just now. Mr. Dickerson has been jerking us around since he was served on March 9th, and today is no different.
All right. Well, request for attorney fees may be appropriate.
Yes, I think that
why is the vehicle not raised
before?
I'm sorry, people are talking at the same time. I couldn't hear.
Right. I'm going to have a talk with Ms. Patrick and see if we can work through those issues after. I'm not sure why we came out, if there was still an issue. I guess if Mr. Gorski heard for the first time about this vehicle, why was that not raised when during the discussions? What other issues do we have in their back pocket?
And Judge, I don't have a domestic relations verified form. I have no information. I have absolutely nothing.
It seems like them are working from pretty much the same place.
Nope. My domestic relations verified was served on counsel.
Yeah, I haven't.
Had an attorney that held himself out to be his lawyer. There's a proof of service in the file.
Fine. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying I don't have any of that information.
Well, that would be Mr. Dickerson's fault. He apparently didn't even give you a copy of the default judgment.
That's true.
Okay, I guess one option is we can take the proofs this afternoon. This case is getting old. The court can reserve all the issues if you want to schedule another mediation with the front of the court. So you can exchange financial information and complete discovery. Would that make sense, Ms. Gorski? Mr. Gwending?
That would make sense to me, Judge.
I would advise my client to do that if she can pick up the lawnmower today. She needs to sell it. She's still paying the bill for it every month. Mr. Dickerson has not paid that bill and it's in his possession. It is her lawnmower.
Well, she
I
can continue
paid
to
the
use
bill.
it until further
Excuse
report,
me.
presumably.
Richard, just hold off, okay? It's a Marital lawnmower, and I don't think my client would have a problem with her picking it up. I don't know about today. Is that accurate, Richard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When would you allow her to pick up the lawnmower?
Monday.
How tall is the grass? Can wait till
The judge is trying to lighten the mood here. He is normally not the salty one, but this lawyer is doing exactly what lawyers have to do when their clients are dicks. This guy's name is actually Dick, but you know what I mean. He has to be mean to his client so the judge isn't. That is something I've learned. If you as a lawyer, you go and ride your client really hard because the judge isn't going to do it if you're doing it too. And you get ahead of it. You get ahead of it. So this is, I'll give it to Mr. McGeegan or Mr. McGuigan or whatever his name is. He is getting ahead of it. You think he's shaming them? Well, we'll see. Just keep an eye.
Monday?
I have family coming in tonight in a couple
Richard,
hours.
that's not addressed to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ms. Gorski, can it wait till Monday? Is the grass getting pretty high?
It's not a function of her mowing her lawn, Judge. She has to live in an apartment. It's a function of selling it before another payment is due. She's been making the payments and hasn't had use of it. She needs to sell it. She's the only person on the loan. She just needs to sell it. Mr. Dickerson has been playing these games because he knows he's hamstringing her. She's costing her a lot of money.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but I'm
I
kind of the new sheriff in town, and I'm going to make sure that Mr. Dickerson takes care of what needs to be taken care of. As an officer of the court, I will promise that the next payment gets made and on time.
Can I get reimbursed for the payment I just made then?
She just made a payment on the 5th. And she's been making all of the payments since CPS told her to leave after he assaulted her son.
I'm sure there's a lot of background here that we don't really need to put on the record.
He's a subject of a criminal action. This
That was
isn't,
dismissed, is my
No.
understanding.
it hasn't been dismissed.
Well, excuse me, he'll finish his probation and then it will be dismissed.
He took
This
it.
is-
Right.
He-
Mr. Gorski, it's been suggested that your client can pick up the lawnmower on Monday. Well, is that acceptable to her with her schedule?
I work during the Monday through Friday.
Can you pick it up Monday night?
That's fine.
She'll pick it up Monday night.
Okay, let's set a time.
6:30.
6:30.
Richard,
Perfect.
thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Then what's gonna happen with lawnmower? Is it gonna be is it gonna be sold?
She's going to sell it, Judge.
Okay, is it worth more than what's owed on it?
I hope
Probably
so.
not.
I hope so. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Well, it's a marital asset, so obviously, once the loan's paid off, arguably, any surplus should be divided between the parties, correct?
I'll put it in my
Okay.
trust account.
I'm sorry?
I can put the money in my trust account.
Trust account for the win. Chuck, we are thinking of you. We're sending very good vibes. Well, no, wait. Are we sending negative vibes? Negative, you can stay home and keep the leg. So we're sending negative vibes, but they're positive negative vibes. Something with ions, I think. And I'm trying to make light of the situation. That's terrible. But seriously, we are sending you positive, negative vibes. Negative, positive? Anyway, we love you.
Okay, so any surplus funds? So Mr. McGuigan, your client has no objection to the plaintiff selling the lawnmower, and any surplus funds would be retained by Mr. Sikorsky in your client trust account?
We agree.
All right, okay. All right, so let's, the court's gonna have party sworn. We will.
Oh my God, before you swear them in, Judge, let me swear that MB is amazing. Rocking my world, MB. 5 more memberships for members only, which happens on Sundays. There we go. Mr. Pole fucking coming to the rescue here. I'm sending vibes. Barb and Sherry better get... Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I can't see who gets them or not. Thank you, Courtney. This is my $3 dress from Orlando that is actually $1.50 because it's reversible. So you can wear it 2 different ways, 2 different colors. All right. Tin Man has a gardening question. Oh, I'm jealous. That's nice. Okay. I'm just catching up on the chat. So seriously, we are sending vibes to Chuck. We are all riding our own lawnmowers. I just want him to make them sell the dog. Honestly, I just want to hear him do that.
Takes a breather. We'll take the proof, stop the clock, and then we can schedule another pretrial, and I'm sorry, another mediation. So the parties can exchange verified financial affidavits.
Yes, you will.
Ms. Patchworth, still there? Do you have a?
Judge!
I do not have.
Oh, I gotta be careful. Somebody complained about my volume the other day, but I realized it's not my volume. It's me yelling loudly, which has been a problem a lot of my life. Anyways, yes, we see my outfits often because I don't buy things very often. Christopher Engleby gifting another membership. Yay! Oh my God! And Vince squandering your funds. I love you. Thank you so much. Woo! Yeah. Somebody literally commented, you screamed MapQuest so loud, which I did. That was true shock. Thank you so much, Vince. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, MB. Woo! You guys rock. Rock, rock, rock. Your mom is jealous.
A list of mediation dates in front of me. Do you have mediation dates for another? Oh, thank you. I do have it here. How much time would you need, counsel, in order to prepare for a final mediation?
A month.
Looks like soonest dates we have is September 12th. We have nothing in August.
Let me grab my book, okay?
Sure. Mr. Walker's available on September 12th at 8:30 or 1:30.
This is
I'm with Judge
absolutely
Arnold at 9 o'clock. And then I have a mediation with Ms. LaPrade in the afternoon.
Okay.
Stephanie
We're about to the 16th of September.
I can do the 16th.
Works for me.
September 16th at 1:30 with Mr. Walker. That works everyone's schedule.
Friends of the court
Yes,
are
sir.
also the
Yes, Judge.
mediators here. I find that
Like the
interesting.
court mail out notice. And also, Ms. Gorski, going to prepare an order with respect to the lawnmower that the plaintiff will pick it up from the defendant's residence, presumably it's at defendant's residence, on Monday at 6:30, that being August 12th. And she is permitted to sell that. Any surplus sale proceeds shall be placed in escrow. Very well. Mr. and Mrs. Dickerson, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And Mrs. Sikorsky, if you can begin with Ms. Dickerson, please.
Yes. Would you please state your name for the record?
Tara Brittany Dickerson.
Can you hear her, Ms. Blanchett?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Do you remember signing a complaint for divorce in this matter?
Yes,
Did you read it before you signed it?
yes,
Had you lived in the county of Monroe in the state of Michigan for 180 days?
yes,
Were any children born or adopted by you and Mr. Dickerson during your marriage?
no,
Is it true that the marriage is broken down?
Just our dog who you want us to sell. Hi, Vivian. Also, I'm sorry, Vince. I know driving on the freeway is a troubling thing. Oh, Chris. I love you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you. Love you so much. I hope you're doing well. Have you eaten Culver's lately? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. And all the crumble cookies. Yeah, they're all a little bit bitchy in here, except for Mr. McGuigan. What a last name, McGuigan. After this, we're gonna have to talk about what we're gonna watch next, because I just remembered another case that I had today that I think we should watch before we get into the long one.
yes,
Have the objects of matrimony been destroyed?
yes,
Is there any likelihood that this marriage can be saved?
no,
Thank you.
Mr. McGuigan, do you have any questions for Ms. Dickerson?
I do not, Your Honor.
Any questions for Mr. Dickerson?
No, Your Honor.
Earl, based upon the testimony that's been presented this afternoon, as well as complaint filed in this case, the court finds that jurisdiction has been established. Court further finds that there has been a breakdown of the marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed, and there appears to be no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved. At this point in time, the court will reserve all outstanding issues in order that the parties engage in mediation with Mr. Walker from the front of the court on September 16th at 1:30 and subsequently appear before this court for a continued pretrial conference. That will be a Zoom mediation, and the court will mail out notice to counsel along with Mr. Walker's Zoom ID number.
Your Honor, if I may, Tara,
Yes,
you're still under oath, okay? Are you pregnant?
no,
Sorry, forgot that.
thank you, Ms. Gorski.
Me neither.
Noted.
Impossible.
All right, anything further this afternoon?
No, thank you, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, thank you all, and we'll see everyone on September 16th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms.
Your Honor, what
Patrick,
time was that? So I can put that in Mr. Walker's calendar?
1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all.
Welcome.
Okay, so before we watch the long case tonight, honestly, because I'm not pregnant. I'm not. Me and my Morena, trusty. Anyways, I left one in. That's another story. That's probably a members only thing, Paige. Anyways, let's watch. I'm going to pull this up. We're not going to watch the whole video that I got about this case comes from. We aren't, because it's too long. What is with the personal meeting room? Is that like a Zoom thing? I feel like there must be. I was thinking about this the other day, you guys. I live stream on YouTube every day. You might even call me a professional. I would put that in quotes, but you might. But it occurred to me that the way that the courts live stream to YouTube is different, and so many of them are named the same thing. I'm thinking that it must be a Zoom functionality within Zoom, like they've connected it with Zoom and then they just automatically port in. Is it? Yeah. Because yeah, the breakout rooms we don't see. So I know they're on Zoom. I know that. I just wondered if they were like, I was trying to figure out, like, do they need an OBS software to stream their Zoom meeting, or I'm sure it's probably built in. As I say it out loud, it's built in. Anyways.
True and accurate when you filed it, to the best of your knowledge?
That is correct.
Hold on, Judge. So, first of all, these two people married and ostensibly had sex. Let's just take a minute for that to settle in. Also, what kind of room is he in? The laundry, I can see it. And Is that a bed or a chair behind him? I can't tell. Anyways, this is not the case that I wanted to watch, though. I wanted to watch. Nope. 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 Yeah. No. Sort of. Where is it? Hold on. I want to find it. Is it that one? No. It was the lesbians. Where are the lesbians? Where are the lesbians? Where are my lesbos? No. Where are they? There they are. Look at that. Surly as ever. Okay, here we go. All right. Where are they? Anyways, I would like just to say that he talked about the tree that he cut down. He got another 10 foot of the tree cut down. It fell down last year. Apparently 17 trees fell down. He is still chopping them up. And at the very end of this hearing, which we might not watch just for time's sake, he talks about how he wounded himself cutting the tree right before he came live and hopes he's not bleeding out in his suit. There's something fishy with this lesbian one. Also, their connections are the
You'll be
worst
happy to know
I've
I got
ever
another
seen.
15 feet of that tree put away between our last set of hearings and now.
Oh, great. Wow.
And came in and I had that sap all over me. I hate cutting up spruce trees. All righty. Miss Simons, can you connect, please?
You would actually think that I had planned
Do you
that.
see me?
Yeah,
we
I can
see
see you
you.
and now we can hear you. Wonderful. Miss Thompson, can you
We just have
connect, please?
terrible internet.
Okay. Can you unmute so we can make sure we have a dual connection? Or a two-way connection? Or so that I can confirm you're not frozen.
So if you can see and hear me.
Okay, I can hear you. If your Wi-Fi is not that strong, go ahead and take the picture out. We need to
Okay.
hear you, and you need to hear us more importantly than we need to see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try using data, see if that'll help.
Okay, we'll give you a second to switch over then.
Okay. Should be working its magic any second here.
You guys will see what I mean.
Is this any better?
Yeah, it seems to be. Cool.
Okay,
Alrighty,
good.
let's go ahead and go on the record of the matter of Thompson versus Simons, case number 24-04663DO. Emily Thompson, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in giving testimony?
Yes.
All right, Haley Simons, please raise your right hand. The other right.
Yeah.
That's okay. People mirror what I do. It's okay. It happens in court all the time. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in giving testimony?
Yes.
All righty. Emily, you filed a complaint for divorce in this matter in May of 2024, correct?
Correct.
And all the allegations in it were true and accurate when you filed it?
Yes.
And they remain true and accurate to this date to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And you were a resident of Kent County in the state of Michigan for at least 6 months prior to filing that document?
Yeah.
Okay, you sound confused.
Well, when I filled out the paperwork, it said like I think it said the last month, which
Okay,
is
yeah, well,
accurate. I'd have
okay.
to-
99% of people live in the county for that long, so I'll do the actual breakdown. So you've lived in the
Okay.
state of Michigan for at least 6 months prior to filing that document.
Absolutely, yes.
And you lived in the county of Kent for at least 10 days prior to filing.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, that's all that's necessary. Like I said, 99% of the people, I don't have to do that. But every once in a
Right.
while, somebody throws me. All righty.
Right.
And then you were married to Haley by a person authorized to perform marriages.
Yes.
And there's been a breakdown of that marital relationship to the extent the objects of matrimony are broken and irreconcilable.
Yes.
And you presented to this court what you believe to be a fair and equitable division of your marital assets, debts, and all the issues of your marriage.
Yes.
And you are not currently pregnant.
No.
Okay. Haley, you heard that testimony?
Yes.
True and accurate, ma'am?
Yeah, there was a few things about the assets that I wanted to
Okay.
maybe touch on.
Well, unfortunately, at this point, it's a little late to do that because the default was entered. The judgment looks on its face equitable, so the court with the default entered does not necessarily go into some of the other stuff. The time to address that was before this hearing.
Yeah, I just got it like a week ago.
It was mailed to you 14 days ago. So
yeah, it just
actually
arrived
it was
at my house
like
a week
yeah,
ago.
it was mailed to you on July 24th.
Yeah.
Honestly, forgiving the problems with her connection, she does seem to be reacting very slowly. I would assume she took a Xanax or something before her divorce hearing. Allegedly. That's my guess.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know when it was mailed, but I just know that I got it like a week ago.
Right. What are your questions about the assets for the record?
Well, my biggest problem is that I don't know where most of that is.
Most of what is?
Because most of what she's wanting back, like the sewing machine, the tarot decks, the game, the stuffed animals. I don't know where most of.
That's right, folks. This marriage, this divorce, the breakdown of property includes a sewing machine, tarot decks, games, and stuffed animals.
It is. No.
Well, and that's something that might have to be dealt with later.
Yeah,
because sometimes
like we've
the
moved
judgment,
so much that I don't know.
Sometimes the judgment of divorce enters, but at the same time, if the items can't be found or they did not exist, so Emily, that might be a problem for you if you've moved a few times and things have been missing. That's
Haley, are you? May I ask something, sir?
Sure.
Haley, are you still living at 1492 Coronado Road?
Yes.
Then you haven't moved.
Okay. All righty. Well, in that case, it'll be
I never
later.
said that.
All right.
I said that
I have only one question.
Okay.
All right, Miss Simons, I only have one other question for you. Are you currently pregnant?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I have to deal with that issue because if a child is born or conceived during a marriage and you two are married, the child is the spouse's. So that's why that question is asked.
Right.
So legality comes into play more than biology. But at this point in time, I do have to find by and through the testimony that this court has jurisdiction because this is where the appropriate jurisdiction is for Kent County, and the judgment looks fair and equitable. Therefore, the court has no choice, but the proofs are sufficient to enter the document. So we will be doing so. Any other arguments? Maybe for a future hearing. All right.
No. If I may add, when I left there last, I know that
I just said that those are for those are for future arguments. That's not what this hearing is for. All right. And she will have the ability to show that maybe it wasn't there. So be careful. I've watched many people chase their tails.
I'm sure you've seen a lot.
With no real satisfaction in the chasing. So be careful. All right. Have a good afternoon, ladies. But yeah, have a good afternoon, ladies. There is a 21-day appeal period on this document. So the court will finalize this in 21 days. After that, they will send the court will send you the copies, Emily. It'll be your responsibility to send Haley her final copy. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
I will do that.
All right. Take care.
Have a good night.
Afternoon.
Bye.
They seem pissed, didn't they? Okay, let's let him have his little.
Two people I need to identify.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to say a joke here. I'll let him say the joke, and then I will stop. It's a boring case. We're going on to the long case.
Just go
Are
from
they
there.
people? Yeah, they're people.
I believe
See,
so.
they're identified then.
So funny, Judge. You're so fucking funny. Oh my God. I can't even believe it. You're so funny. Actually, one more of these
Good afternoon,
hearings.
sir.
Wait,
You're coming.
Judge, calm your tits. I want this one because this guy looks like he's in a sauna. And this lady, it just looks a weird one. Okay, this last one.
Okay, good afternoon to both of you. Mr. Bond, it looks like you connected.
Yes.
And Ms. Tremblay, it looks like you connected as well.
Yeah, should be good.
Okie dokie. All right, wait, where's the emotional support dog or cat? I see evidence of one in the background.
Locked out of the room currently.
Oh, darn it. 'Cause they're all emotional support animals are always welcome in my courtroom. So
Appreciate it.
no problem. All righty. In any event, though, we are here in the matter of Bond versus Tremblay, case number 24-04717DO. William, you filed this, so let's start with you, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in giving testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Tremblay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in giving testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. Sir, you filed a complaint for divorce in this matter back on May 15th of 2024, correct?
Yes.
And all the allegations in it were true and accurate when you filed it, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And they remain true and accurate to the best of your knowledge to this day?
Yes.
And you were a resident of Kent County in the state of Michigan for at least 6 months prior to filing that document?
Yes.
And you were married to Alexandra by a person authorized to perform marriages?
Yes.
And there's been a breakdown of that marital relationship to the extent the objects of matrimony are broken and irreconcilable?
Yes.
Nice.
And you presented to this court a judgment of divorce that you believe to be a fair and equitable division of your marital assets, debts, and all issues of your marriage?
Yes.
And that includes, it looks like you guys have some type of a mediation or settlement agreement that both of you signed as well, correct?
Yes.
That's attached to this document. Okay.
Mhm.
All righty. And Ms. Tremblay, you heard that testimony?
Yes.
True and accurate, ma'am?
Yes.
And you are not currently pregnant?
Correct.
All right. In that case, I do find by and through your testimony that this court has jurisdiction because this is where you live and the proofs are sufficient under the document. So we'll be getting that processed. There's a 3-week appeal period on this document. So once that 3 weeks elapses, William will be sending you the final copies and you'll be responsible to send Alexandra her copies. All right. Any
Okay.
questions?
No.
All righty. Have a great afternoon. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
All righty. Have a good day.
See how quick he got? I mean, he did like
Let me
30
sign all the
well, not 30, like 10 divorces. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get us up to speed on the other one. That's what we're gonna watch here. This is a longer hearing. I don't know how much of it we'll get to, probably all of it, because I'm a glutton for punishment, but we'll see. Say bye to Judge Kometz and wish him luck on his trees, because by this rate, it will be 2027 before he gets them all cut down. Okay. There we go. Oh, Judge looking vicious right now. Okay. I can tell you right now, Judge Kometz would never in a million years approve selling of a dog. He wouldn't do it. He would find a different solution. These are all Michigan, by the way. Love our breadbasket of court, Michigan. Thank you. Glasses on, Wordle out. Oh, her name, you guys. Her name is Lyric canon, which if anybody plays music, you know that canon is a musical term.
One moment, please, to get the record
I
open.
think her parents knew that. Oh, it's Jose.
The 37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding. It is Thursday, August 8th, 2024 at 8:31 a.m. And this is 2018-1701 DS, Lyric Cannon versus Tevin Wines. Attorney Jennifer Reed for the plaintiffs.
Good morning to everyone. Mr. Wines, turn on your video so that we can see you.
I don't know which one of them has the unfortunate luck of having hired Miss Reed, allegedly, no offense, allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know if I would go with the pro se litigant or Miss Reed. That's an actual question. So we'll find out right now who she's representing, and we'll see who drew the short stick, if you will, because she is gunning for another loss.
Thank you. This is the time and place set for the evidentiary hearing on the plaintiff's motion to modify legal custody, parenting time, support, and change of domicile filed back on July 1, 2024. In this matter, Miss Reed, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Wines, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Reed, do you wish to make an opening statement or proceed to proofs?
I wish to make an opening statement.
Okay.
So the parties in this matter share one minor child, and that's Lauren Wines, and she is 6 years old. The most recent order for custody and parenting time was entered September 17th on 2019, where the parties share legal custody. Plaintiff Lyric Cannon was awarded primary physical custody, and the defendant has parenting time every Saturday from 12 o'clock p.m. until Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m. There is no holiday schedule ordered, and there is no additional parenting time ordered other than that one overnight on the weekends. Plaintiff is requesting a change in legal custody as the defendant has abandoned the child for the last 3 years and has not participated in any legal decision-making regarding the child throughout the child's life. Plaintiff is also requesting a change in domicile to allow her to move to Tucson, Arizona. To allow the change in domicile, plaintiff must show by a preponderance of the evidence the factors enumerated in NMC.
Oh, interesting. That's going to be a tough ask to remove her from the state and go clear across the country. Ms. Reed, for your sake, I hope you did your homework, because yikes.
L722.31(4), the so-called DeForonino test, and support that her motion for this change in domicile. Testimony will show that a change in domicile has the capacity to improve the quality of life for both plaintiff and Lauren, and that defendant has failed to utilize his parenting time under the current order, and that it's possible for modification of the current parenting time schedule to allow a relationship between the defendant and the minor child, and that there is no motivation for some sort of financial gain for resisting this move, as testimony will show that this move actually has the capacity to increase plaintiff's earning capacity, which would in turn reduce the defendant's child support obligation. And then there is some significant domestic violence between the parties in this matter. So plaintiff is requesting again sole legal and physical custody of Lauren, and for defendant to have a gradual out-of-state parenting time schedule to allow him to be reintroduced to Lauren, because right now there is no relationship. And what that might look like is defendant might come to Tucson, Arizona for the Thanksgiving break and have some parenting time on a non-overnight basis. And then plaintiff would come to Michigan possibly during the winter break to have some parenting time to reacclimate the child to the defendant. She's asking that the parties use our family wizard for communication, as well as use the calendars to help facilitate parenting time schedules. And she's requesting that the defendant primarily provide transportation for the parenting time so she can ensure that he's actually going to exercise his parenting time, and she's requesting that child support be recalculated pursuant to the form.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wines, you can make an opening statement at this point if you wish to do so. You can reserve your opening statement or you can waive your opening statement. What would you like to do?
I would like to say my opening statement.
Okay, go ahead.
Or I have a few notes if I could read them off to you. I want to first off start by saying that this is not by choice. I have not abandoned my child. Never. I've never been that type of father ever in my life. This is my only child. And I've got a lot of information throughout her friends, and I have a few people in the waiting or in this meeting with me to testify on my behalf. I believe my daughter is in danger. I've heard some things about her being in a domestic relationship, and I've heard that he's been putting his hands on my daughter as well. So I honestly don't believe this is Lyric either. I believe it's whoever she's with controlling this, because I heard she's been with him for 6 years. And this stuff didn't just start happening until she was 3. So I don't agree with them moving to Tucson, Arizona. This is my only child. I do everything in my power. I pay child support. I got a job. I got a crib or a house, sorry. All of that. So I don't agree with this. I never did this by choice. This was all forced on me. I try to reach out to her. She changes her number. I don't even know where she lives. She's always know where I live. My mom and I even went as far as so we wouldn't have problems to go through third party. And she didn't even apply with that. So I have a few people in here in the room with me as well. If you want, if you have them testify.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, sir?
I have my mom here as well. No, nothing else.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Reed, you wish to approve?
Yeah, I'm very scared for Lyric, actually. Her friend just went back to Arizona to try to find her because she knows Lyric is in danger. So I don't got nothing against my baby's mother still to this day, but this is not right. This is not fair. This is not by choice.
At all.
Okay, anything else, sir?
Did I speak?
Hold on 1 second, sir. I hear that somebody's prompting you in the background.
No,
I
my
asked-
mom. Hold on.
Sir,
My mom asked
I'm
if
going
she-
to ask that you would have those people removed from the room, so when you testify and that you're only here, I don't want anybody prompting you in the background. Have them leave.
Nobody can speak. She was asking, could she speak on my behalf?
I don't care about that. I've told you, have them leave the room.
Okay.
Are they out now?
Yeah. They're leaving.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Reed, you can proceed with your proof.
I'd like to call Lyric Cannon as my first witness.
Okay. Ma'am, we're going to take some testimony from you, so I ask that you would raise your right hand and be sworn in, and then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Reed.
Lyric, do you share one child with the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that Lauren?
Yes.
And how old is she?
Lauren is 6 years old.
And is there a current order in place regarding parenting time?
Yes, as of 2019.
Okay, and did I accurately reflect that parenting time order in my opening statement?
Yes, ma'am.
When was the last time the defendant had parenting time?
In over 3 years.
Do you recall the date and year that he had last parenting time?
Nope, not the exact date or year, but I know it's been over 3 years because I've been in a relationship for over 3 years and he hasn't been in contact.
Okay. Has the defendant ever reached out to you for parenting time with Lauren?
No, ma'am.
Has he reached out to your family members for parenting time with Lauren?
No, ma'am. Recently, he reached out to my brother, but that was within the last week.
Have you changed your phone number?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Have you blocked Mr. Wines from contacting you?
No, ma'am.
Have you changed your address?
No, ma'am.
You had heard that Mr. Wines stated that he believes you're in danger. Are you in danger?
No, ma'am. Not in danger. Me or nor my children.
Do you have any basis for knowledge where that accusation is coming from?
No, ma'am, I do not at all. My fiance does not have a domestic violence case. He does not have any domestic violence cases. Me and my kids are very safe and fine.
Has there been any law enforcement with you in the last couple of years?
No, ma'am.
Damn it. What the fuck was that? Was that his mom who's lying on the ground, army style, crawling back into the room? Is she already in Arizona, though? Because I'm banking on the fact that she needed permission to do that. Oh, I stopped it at 11:11. Everyone make a wish. Oh, my wish came true. Julie, I love you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Do, 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 do. I wish her. Oh, I can't say it out loud. I can't say it out loud. Seriously, thank you so much, Julie. You're really not that late. This case has barely been going and we got long to the gate. Okay, shut up, Paisley. Let's go.
Can you describe your relationship with Lauren?
Me and Lauren's relationship is so loving. She is sweet.
Lauren
She's
and
my baby. She looks into me for comfort, for guidance. When she's scared, she talks to me. She just loves me. Me and her relationship we're so close. We bond, we cuddle, we do everything together. That's my youngest daughter. We are very close.
Okay, what kind of activities do you share with Lauren?
Me and Lauren go shopping. We have mommy and me Fridays every weekend. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I take each of my girls individually to spend quality time. We go to the library. We do family trips. We just came back from vacation. We cuddle. We do one-on-one time. We read together every night. I help her with homework. Me and Lauren's relationship is great. We literally do everything together.
What fucking 6-year-old has homework? Also, if she is in Arizona right now, I am throwing doubt into exactly if she did move or whatever. Also, library. It's a library. There's an R. There's 2. That's almost like kindergarten.
And how do you discipline Lauren?
Put her in timeout.
Is anyone else allowed to discipline Lauren?
Nope, solely just me.
Okay. Does Lauren have a relationship with a defendant?
No.
Does she know who he is?
No, she knows his name, but she does not know him, nor will she. I don't think she'll recognize him either.
Who does she view as her father figure?
My fiance, Antonio Richardson.
And how long has he been in Lauren's life?
For 4 years.
Not in Canada.
Okay. Do you purchase the items that Lauren wants and needs?
Yes. Me and Antonio.
Are there any special needs for Lauren?
No, not as of now.
There's no medical, educational, or speech needs?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you heard defendant state in his opening statement that he pays child support. Is that true?
Yes, the defendant pays $25 a month in child support, but the problem is he's inconsistent with it. Only why I know he's inconsistent.
How the fuck do you notice inconsistency with $25 a month, ma'am? Is that real? $25 a month? How do you even get it to be that low? That's well below minimum wage presumption. It can't be an arrears only case. The child's 6. I don't understand. Je ne comprends. Is there a chase? I'm not cutting to a chase, but I'm excited. But I'm sad because we're gonna miss it because I'm working.
Because he has those causes or show hearings as far as to why he's not paying child support. I get those in the mail quite often.
Has he ever purchased or provided Lauren with food, clothing, or gifts?
No, ma'am.
Has he ever participated in doctor's appointments?
No, no doctor's appointments, no.
Has he ever participated in getting her enrolled in school?
No, ma'am, and she's attended 3 different schools.
Okay. Are you currently working?
Hold on. How has a 6-year-old attended 3 different schools? Ostensibly, we're only counting kindergarten. Otherwise, preschools are different. So if you tell me that you've had to change her school 3 times in a year, then that doesn't sound stable. Also, you said you didn't move. Why would she need to change so much? Buddy, you better be writing these down.
Yes.
Where are you working?
Masashi Auto Parts.
And how long have you worked there?
For 3 years.
And how many hours a week do you work?
Between 34 and 40 hours.
And what is your rate of pay?
$22 an hour.
How many days a week do you work?
4 days a week.
Do you know what your weekly gross take-home pay is?
Yeah, I usually take home about $1,300.
And that's after taxes?
Yeah, after taxes.
Okay. Do you receive any sort of overtime pay?
Someone's in the room with her. Yeah, there is a chase. Fuck. Whatever. Here we go.
No.
Do you receive any payments from profit sharing pensions or retirement?
No, ma'am.
Do you receive any military benefits?
No.
Any disability benefits?
No.
Do you receive any tips, gratuities, or lottery winnings?
No.
Are you receiving any unemployment benefits?
No.
Do you receive any public assistance like Medicaid or child care assistance?
Yes, I get Medicaid as a secondary insurance for whatever my primary doesn't cover. And yes, I get childcare because I have to go to work and I need to get my kids to school for the days that no one else can.
Okay. But the state's covering all of your child care expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any uniform licensing or other costs that you have to pay as a condition of your employment?
No.
If Medicaid is secondary, how much are you paying for insurance?
About $70 a month.
Is that for you and Lauren?
Yes.
Okay. Do you support any children other than Lauren?
Yes, I have 2 other children as well.
And who are they?
Layla Cannon and Lamaya Cannon.
And how old is Layla?
Layla's 9.5.
And how old's Amaya?
7.
Okay. And do you currently live in a house or an apartment?
A house.
And how long have you lived there?
For 4 years.
And how many bedrooms is your house?
3 bedrooms.
And can you describe the sleeping arrangements?
Yes, my kids have their room, I have my room, and then we have an extra room, then we have a basement, and they just go between if they want to sleep in this room or the other rooms. And
Okay.
the
And
basement is the play area.
who lives with you?
My grandmother.
Okay, so it's your grandmother, you, and then your 3 girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do the girls have any chores or responsibilities?
Yes, every day.
And what are those?
They clean the living room. They help mommy with the kitchen when I'm done cooking. Wake up in the morning. They have to help with the breakfast in the morning. They do the bathroom with me. They do the dining room. They wipe windows. They're really good helpers.
Okay. Are there any special house rules?
Wipe windows.
Yeah, no yelling, be loving and caring, and everybody's kind to each other.
Okay. Do you have any relatives that nearby?
Yes,
And who are they?
Mikey's live.
my mom and my brother.
Do you have any relatives in Arizona?
Yes,
And who are they?
my sister and my child's grandfather, kid's grandfather, sorry.
If your requested change domicile were granted, where would you be living?
In Tucson, Arizona.
Do you have a house prepared there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe that house?
Yes, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, fenced-in backyard, 3-sided backyard. I live in a gated community with a swimming pool. We have a spa, access to playgrounds, parks. The house is a 3-story house, 2 living room, 2 dining rooms. Really big kitchen, all new appliances, washer and dryer in there. Let's see what else. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, another bathroom in one of the girls' bedroom. It's really nice.
And is Antonio currently renting that
Humble
house?
brag, humble
Yes, he
brag,
is.
humble brag. I know, I saw. Humble brag.
What opportunities are in Arizona that will improve the quality of life for you and Lauren?
So the opportunities start with me first and foremost is going to school. So that is the most important thing because I'm trying to land a career. I've been working in Battle Creek at Musashi for the last 3 years, but I'm looking to make more money and stable money for me and Lauren, for all my kids actually. So going to school, finishing, having a cosmetology license will allow me to make over $70,000 a year, and that will improve our quality of life. On top of the education system, they have great education system with smaller schools and great top-rated schools in the community. Also, the extracurricular activities that they offer at the university, the school itself, and throughout the community.
Okay, you said that you are wanting to go to cosmetology school. Where is the school located?
In Tucson, about 15 minutes away from the house.
The house where you already live. Also, you can go to cosmetology school anywhere. She's already moved. She's already moved. I know, Courtney. Hi, Paul.
And have you visited that program?
Yes, I have.
Is there any sort of financial assistance available to you for that program?
Yes, I have already been approved by financial aid, and that financial aid covers most of my tuition, or actually all of my tuition, and I also have loans coming back that I can utilize until I'm done with school.
And how long is it going to take for you to complete school?
A total of 10 to 12 months.
Excuse me, what was that?
10 to 12 months?
10 to 12 months, and somehow
Yes,
she's paying for everything. Are you fucking joking? She's gonna have to hustle hard to make a lot of money doing that. Not that you can't, but you have to work hard. Also, she hasn't even started. Well, you don't have a job in Arizona yet. Why would you apply for a school in a place that you don't live?
Correct.
Is there any sort of job placement assistance through the school?
Yes, ma'am. They place you at a job while you're still enrolled in the school. So she said at about 8 to 10 months, they start doing workshops where they have salons and business owners come in and they kind of do mock interviews to see where you're at, where do you need to be. Then they come in again towards the end of placement to choose who they want. And then if you don't get choose, they branch out to other communities and try to see where they can place you.
Is it like a guaranteed job placement or they do their best to place you?
She said it's a guarantee. She said over 98% of her students get job placements at this school. That's one of the main reasons why I've picked it.
Okay. And you had stated that you could make possibly about $70,000 a year?
Correct.
Is that more than what you're making now?
Yes, ma'am.
About how much do you make at Musashi per year right now?
Per year right now, I only make about 40,000.
And then you mentioned the schools are better in Arizona. What school would Lauren be attending?
So the school that we went to go view, we had an open house and it's called DeGrazia School, and it is wonderful. Like the classrooms are smaller in ratio. It's like 13 to 15 students is what we noticed. They have 2 student aides and their teacher aides, sorry, to where if the child is falling behind or needs help with reading while the teacher is still teaching, that's great. They have extracurricular activities before and after school free of charge just for attending this school. They have a lot of in-community building that they have for children for them to socialize because it's so hot out there. I like the curriculum too as well because they're introducing them into STEM at a very early age, and that's exciting for me, especially for Lauren because she likes to build and get on stuff, put her hands on stuff.
Okay, and you mentioned there's some activities at the local university?
Yes, they have a robotics program, and my kids are really into building and robotics. Like that's their thing. We do that at the library here at Wither Library, and so out there they have a whole program based around it to where
We're talking about
every
6-year-olds,
break,
lady.
winter break, spring break, summer break, they come and get a group of kids together and they run a robotics program where they learn how to build robots and they go to championships and university hosts it, and it's all free.
Okay, and then living with your fiance, you would have a dual income household, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And would that be a significant improvement for you?
Yes, it will.
And is your fiance currently working in Arizona?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any sort of criminal history?
No,
To the best of your knowledge, does the defendant have a criminal history?
no, he does not.
Does your fiance have a criminal history?
Oh, sorry. Kevin does have a criminal history. My fiance does not.
Okay, and what criminal history are you aware of Tevin?
I believe he had a simple assault charge put on his case. He had domestic violence against me, and then he had assault with a deadly weapon as well. He had a couple evictions as well on his record.
Okay. Do you use any drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if the defendant uses any drugs or alcohol?
Yeah, I heard he used to drink alcohol.
You heard or you observed?
I've never observed, but I only heard from his own mother. But other than that, that was 3 years ago, so I'm not sure prior to.
Okay. And does your fiance use drugs or alcohol?
No,
Have you ever been the subject of a child protective services investigation?
no, ma'am.
Has your fiance ever been the subject of a child protective services investigation?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if Mr. Wines has been the subject of a child protective services investigation?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you ever been the subject or participated in abuse and neglect proceedings?
Have I or Mr. Wine? Sorry.
You.
No, ma'am.
Has your fiance ever been the subject or participated in abuse or neglect proceedings?
No, my fiance have not.
Do you know if Tevin has participated or been the subject of abuse or neglect proceedings?
Participated because he was the abuser to me.
Was this an NA case under the abuse and neglect docket, or was it just a separate matter that was handled by the police?
Sorry, you froze. I didn't get that last part, ma'am.
Was it an abuse and neglect case under an NA docket with the court, or are you talking about some other abuse?
Just in prior to me, I'm not sure about from the courts.
Was it abuse of a child or an abuse of an adult?
Of an adult.
Okay, so that's not like a child protective or an abuse and neglect regarding a child case, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. Were there any sort of PPOs in place?
Yes, there was. I got a PPO, I believe, in 2019 against him.
And what happened?
I was picking up our daughter. We had scheduled parenting time. This was after other domestic violence incident previously, and this was just the last straw. Went to go pick up the daughter because we had to do the parenting time drop offs at the mediator's house, who was his mother's house, and she's staying in the Arbors in Battle Creek. Went to go drop her off. He was calling me out my name, and he reached in the back seat to put the child in the back seat. Lauren was still in a car seat carrier. My other 2 children were in their car seat, buckled up still in their booster seats. And he got upset at me and punched me through the back seat of the car. He punched me right in my face, right here. And threw the car in park and he ran into the house. And I drove off across the street to some more apartments and I called the police. I stayed and waited. And when the police came, he noticed my face, he noticed the swelling, he noticed the red mark, and he said, okay, I'm gonna go get him. And within 2 days, he was arrested. And I followed up with my duty and I pressed charges and I got a PPO and I did everything in my power to not let that happen again.
After the PPO was entered, had he exercised parenting time?
Yes, after the PPO was entered, I believe we were still had to do the drop offs, and the mediator was his mother, and so I was dropping my baby off to his mom every weekend at a location that we had agreed on.
And how often did that occur after the PPO was entered?
I'm not sure. It took a while because he had to go through anger management classes and everything. So I don't know the exact date. Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact date, but it was some time.
Okay. Do you have any physical issues that would affect your ability as a parent?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any mental health issues that would affect your ability as a parent?
No, ma'am.
Are you seeing any counselors or therapists?
No, ma'am.
And what school does Lauren currently attend?
Fremont International.
And what is the student to teacher ratio at Fremont?
She has 26 to 28 kids. When I drop off snacks, that's usually I drop off for like 30 kids in a classroom and it's one teacher in there.
Does Fremont offer any sort of tutoring or teacher's aides?
No, they do not have any tutoring. They have a teacher aide in the building, but I believe it's 2 teacher aides throughout the whole building. So it's not per classroom.
Do they offer any sort of extracurricular activities?
No, the only extracurricular activities that they offer is 21st century, and that is for kids who need, I guess, childcare after school.
What is Lauren's attendance like?
Wonderful. She's always on time. You know, I have to work, so she either catches the bus or my fiance takes her to school, and she's always on time, never late.
I thought he lived in
And
Arizona.
what grade is she going into this fall?
1st grade.
And when does the school start in Arizona?
School started last Monday.
Are there going to be any issues transferring her into Arizona late if the change of domicile is granted?
No, ma'am, there will be no issue. So when I was down there on vacation, I wanted to make sure if I was granted domicile that I had everything in place and that they won't lack of any schooling. And so I got it in place to where all I have to do is submit my application and, the spot.
You already registered her without asking, is what you're saying. That's what she's saying. Vacation to scope out a new place to live, is that really a vacation? Is it now? Also, my boobs are uneven too, guys. Significantly so. At least a cup size. At least a cup size.
Spots will still be open as long as I can apply before September.
Okay. And when does school start at Fremont?
The 15th of August.
Does Lauren like school?
Yes, she loves school.
Okay. Is she currently participating in the activities?
No, as of now, she is not.
Okay. Why do you want this change?
I want this change for a better quality of life for me and my daughter. I honestly think we deserve it. We've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. And just by them being my kids, we've been through a lot over these last couple of years. And they deserve a new change of scenery and just to be around good, loving people who really care for them. And this change will help with that. The dual income household has helped me tremendously over the last 4 years. Me and my children have been emotionally, physically, mentally taken care of, financially taken care of. And we've been honestly blessed to have him in our lives. And just this move and going out to Arizona and us being a family for this vacation has showed us like what we're capable of and how it feels to just be around good people.
Have Lauren been to the house in Arizona?
Yes, she has.
Okay. What is your proposed visitation schedule?
So my proposed visitation schedule is once Lauren gets to know Tevin Wines, if we can start out on the phone or on Zoom, they can see each other and she can get acquainted with his face and his voice so she knows he's not a stranger to her. And then once that progresses, I think it would be good if he can come up to Tucson and do some, like you mentioned, non-overnight visits so he can get acquainted with her and so she can feel comfortable around him. And then I can do some Michigan visits as well, to where when they have a break and it works out for both of us, where she can see him again, non-overnight. And then we just do that until the child gets comfortable.
Okay, and then would you propose transitioning into the out-of-state parenting time schedule?
Yes.
And are you willing to facilitate a relationship between Lauren and Mr. Wines?
Yes, I am.
And you heard that he said this was forced upon him. Are you keeping Lauren from him?
No, not at all. I never have.
Okay. And what do you propose for transportation if the change of domicile is approved?
I propose that Mr. Wines provides the transportation means solely because he is very inconsistent with seeing the child already. It has been 3 years. Prior to this, he has been inconsistent when he put in the order first time. And so I don't feel comfortable paying for transportation in case he doesn't show up. It's been multiple times where he hasn't showed up. So transportation should be provided by him just for security.
Okay, and in our motion, we requested the use of an Our Family Wizard or Parenting Time communication app. Why do you think it's important for that application to be used?
I love that application. I love it, love it, love it. I think it's important because it allows the court to see the communication process between the two parents, and it allows to know the court.
That is the strangest response to somebody wanting to use Our Family Wizard. That is so scripted and fake, Lily, right? I love it, love it, love it. You couldn't sound like, if I was doing a sponsored promo for Our Family Wizard, which I've already thought about and written up, but that's not a sponsor yet, hashtag, it wouldn't be so overt and fake. Come on, lady. I love it, love it, love it. What the fuck? Then why wouldn't you already be using Our Family Wizard? Why isn't that in place already? How is it possible that this child hasn't seen its father in 3 years, and you don't have Our Family Wizard to say, oh, he never called? That's handy, isn't it? Also, App Close is a free version. Yeah, Vince is on App Close. He's an App Close fan. Ugh. Anyways, but seriously, it doesn't ring true. It doesn't ring true to me or you. Boo. Also, again, Vince made another point earlier. Your life is so perfect. You're so supported. Everything's taken care of, but you're also on Medicaid. And I'm not trying to fucking rag on people on Medicaid. I'm Canadian. I believe in medicine, like healthcare for everybody at the cost of the government. Okay? I understand that. But in America, that's not how it works. So to me, it strikes a different chord. Am I becoming American? Why does that bother me? That's weird. It doesn't normally bother me like that. That's so odd. This one says, fuck you, asshole. No, I would assume that people are still, appropriate in Our Family Wizard, but wouldn't it be funny if Our Family Wizard just wouldn't allow negative messages to be sent? Like, that's how they fixed it. They used AI to change the messages to proper communication. So if you're like, fuck you, you stupid bitch, I hate you and I'm never gonna do XYZ, it would be like, hey, haven't talked in a while, but I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, they could change it to make it work. Oh, God. It just seems like she's bougie. That's the problem, Paul. You're right. She's bougie. She's talking about her shit being taken care of. Well, to me, it just seems like that's one of the first things you take care of yourself. I don't know. Again, I'm the type of person that doesn't do my paperwork properly. So I pay more for medicine than I would need to because I'm terrible at doing paperwork for myself. Hashtag ADHD. I wish that was a joke. It's not.
Courts or court officials to see that communication is actually happening between the kids and the parents. There's no way to talk disrespectful or inappropriate on My Wizard, and it's all monitored. And so I love the app, and it's very efficient.
Have you and Mr. Wines had communication issues before?
No, actually, to be honest, I communicate through his mother in the past. I rarely communicated with him. I was communicating with her because she was the mediator. I had to meet with her for pickups and drop-offs. So I wouldn't see Mr. Wines for months, and I would be talking to his mother. So me and his communication was never very good.
Oh, I'm aware. We always knew it monitored what they said, but it monitors it in the same sense. Here's the thing. Do you think I've ever once actually heard a judge say, well, I was reviewing the Our Family Wizard messages in this case without it being put into evidence? What it is it's in a program that allows it to be legally tendered as evidence and business records, and like it gets around. So the judge can see it. The judge doesn't see it. Like, it's a joke that he sits around reading Our Family Wizard apps or messages. We think that's funny, but it would never, ever be there. The reality is it's just always recorded, and there is the ability for them to look without needing any sort of special court order. So that is why Our Family Wizard, App Close, etc. exist in that sense. What I was saying would be inappropriate, which is changing somebody's words. I mean, that wouldn't be appropriate for an app like that used in court. But it would be cool in my mind. Maybe what could be a good integration system would be a pre-check of your messages. Oh, this is a good app idea for Our Family Wizard. Imagine if you type a message and it checks it via AI for any negativity or anything that could be misconstrued, and allows you the chance to change it before you send it. But changing it once you've sent it would be inappropriate for this type of app because of its court applications, but it would probably be better for their actual communication. I've thought a lot about this app. It's been on my mind.
And also, the mediator was put in place by the referee at the time because of domestic violence. So the court order was to not even have communication with him, with the mediator. And so I was following up with that order by doing that with his mother.
Okay. Are there any other instances of domestic violence other than what you've already testified to that put the PPO in place?
Yes, there is.
I used to be in marketing.
What happened and when?
Prior to the one with the PPO, me and Mr. Wines, when we were together and we were living together in these apartments, and I was calling the police almost every week to get him out of my house. He was destroying things. We had police reports, police incidents of Mr. Wines destroying the house, punching holes in the house, trashing the house, wouldn't leave the house.
Back that up, Ho. Did she say pushing hose in the house? Is that what she said? We got to back it up. We got to back it up. We got to back it up, Paisley. We're just going to bring it back now. Bring it back now, y'all. 3250.
Prior to the one with the PPO, me and Mr. Wines, when we were together and we were living together in these apartments, and I was calling the police almost every week to get him out of my house. He was destroying things. We had police reports, police incidents of Mr. Wines destroying the house, punching holes in the house, trashing the house, wouldn't leave the house.
Holes. Very Southern sounding. Is that Southern? I don't know what that is, but I heard hose, punching holes. Wow, my L sound is so different than hers. Hole. Very odd. Holes. It's not actually an easy sort of thing to do with your tongue there. That's what she said.
The police told me to evict him in order for him to leave. And I ended up having to almost get to that process, but then he ended up stealing my book bags. When I broke up with him one morning, he stole all of my books, my college books to KCC, my cell phone, my wallet, and my computer out of my car. I had a police report for that as well. And it carried all the way on to Grace Health, and it carried on because they caught him at Grace Health. They tracked my phone. They didn't catch any of the stuff on him, but he discarded of it by then. And so those are two incidents, but him destroying the house was on multiple occasions. Like I said, I was calling the police multiple times in a week to try to get him to stop. And they said he wouldn't let him leave because he was a resident of the home, because he's had a diploma there for more than 30 days. So I had to physically evict him if I wanted him to leave. And that carried on for months.
Yeah, before the last.
And when he took your book bag and your phone, did that impact your ability to attend KCC?
Stop bringing
Yes, ma'am.
into this.
I keep everything in my school backpack, and I have my computer, my 4 classes of books, coursework in there, my wallet, and my iPhone. He took my iPhone, started texting my family members, sending them threats in a group chat, texting them, trying to fight my brother, cussing out my mother and sister. Destroyed my laptop because I never got that back. Tossed my wallet with all my ID, Social Security card, school ID, tossed that.
Don't carry
Tossed
your
the
social
schoolwork
security
because
card with you folks. Don't memorize it and keep it at home. Please don't carry it with you. That's an expensive bag. Where did she leave it? Also, I didn't mean to yell earlier. I get thrown off when I hear my name. You have a Zoom meeting that you're supposed to. Shh, shh, shh. I will try not to yell anymore, reseller, so that we don't get you in trouble. I think I'm getting a full of shit vibe here. Full of shit vibe. And again, I wish he had an attorney, because objection, this is all prior to the 2019 order. Is it though? Regardless, the whole point is this has already been litigated.
I couldn't finish school. Like, I had to drop out of school. I was an A student, and my grades dropped drastically.
Hold on. You had to drop out of school because of this? I'm sorry. Setback, yes. But you seem to be able. What about all the people supporting you? What about all that support? I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be serious. This is ridiculous. You can't. No.
Because I didn't have any coursework, but they didn't have any resource money to provide me with any more coursework to finish the last 6 weeks.
We aren't watching the whole thing. We've already been going an hour and a half. We'll watch till he questions her, maybe, and then we'll watch the rest tomorrow. I can't put up with these people all night, and I haven't eaten.
To school, so I had to drop out. And fast forward to 3 years later, as of now in April of 2024, I tried to apply to KCC again, and they told me that because of the last incidents, I had to do an appeal, and I had to explain the appeal to what happened. In that appeal letter, I explained to the director and president of KCC about my domestic violence and everything I was going through at the time, and I made a police report with the KCC patrol officer at that time, because it happened off of KCC's campus going into the hospital off of Harvard Street. And so they were aware of the incident, and I had to do an appeal just to get back into school to prove that I was worthy of continuing my education without any disruptions.
And were you allowed back into KCC?
Yes, the appeal was accepted.
But are you currently pursuing a degree at KCC?
No, ma'am, I'm not currently pursuing it.
Okay. Is there anything else the court should know?
Nope, not that I can think of.
Okay. I've got no further questions.
Okay. Mr. Wines, you have opportunity to ask the plaintiff questions if you wish to do so.
Who, Lyric? Or
Yes.
Jennifer?
No, the plaintiff.
Oh, you know, I've tried to reach out to you, Lyric.
Sir, you get to ask questions, not to make
Oh,
statements.
Why have you changed your number and made it impossible for me to reach out to you?
I have not changed my number. I have had the same phone number for 4 years. I have other kids whose fathers have been able to contact them over the years. Changed my number one time in 4 years. And I've had the same number for schools to reach me, for doctor's appointments to reach me. Me keeping the same phone number is crucial because I have children and I have appointments and I have a job. And I can't change my phone number sporadically because I have people who need to stay in contact with me for emergency contacts, for doctor's appointments, for school rides. I don't change my phone number. I have a service provider for 4 years.
Okay, why, when you seen my mom a few weeks ago at the school and she tried to speak to you, you just sporadically walked past her and act like you didn't know her? She wanted to see the kids and stuff. And we got pictures of that. So why did you do that?
Sorry, sir. I don't remember seeing your mom. I was picking up my kids from school a few weeks ago, like you said, but I don't remember seeing your mom. I'm there to pick up my kids. I don't really interact with people too much, so not sure about what you're talking about.
When did you get with your fiance?
According to you, 6 years ago. But that is incorrect.
Ma'am, he's not asking that. He's asking when, so answer the question.
I got with him 4 years ago.
Okay. Why did you take her away from me when you got with him?
I did not take your daughter away from you. If you can recall, there was a phone conversation. You called your daughter 4 years ago. She was 1.5. You asked to speak to her on the phone, and she started talking, and she wasn't saying anything. She was saying no. And you was like, why are you making my daughter say no to me? And I didn't say anything to you. Then you called back, and you heard my fiance on the phone. And sir, you told my fiance, you can take care of her. I don't got time for this. He knows that. So that was the last thing, the last conversation you had on the phone. I don't know what, I never would take your daughter away from you. You stopped seeing her. You stopped getting her. The plan was for the mediator. We were supposed to have contact between me, you, and the mediator to meet up of a place of contact. There was no messages to meet up. I'm supposed to drop her off. I don't know where to drop her off. If I don't have any communication, where am I supposed to drop her off to? If nobody contacts me, where, how do I know? Just show up at a store and hope somebody comes?
Do you know where my mom lives?
No, I do not know where your mother lives.
Okay. Do you know my mom's number?
No, I do not know your mother's phone number.
Didn't you just say y'all had recent contact when I was seeing my daughter?
Sir, that was 4 years ago. I do not have your mother's phone number. I don't have any of that.
Years.
Sorry, what was that?
Did you change your number in the last 4 years?
No, I have the same phone number.
Did you block me?
No, sir, I did not block you. I do not have your phone number. I cannot block you if I do not have your phone number.
Okay. Where do you pick my daughter up from school at again?
Fremont International School.
Right around my mom. Have you spoke with your mom?
I speak to my mom daily.
Did she tell you that I told you to reach out because she comes to my job often?
I talk to my mom daily, and no, she's never told me that. She told me that you said have Lyric call me, but I don't have your phone number, sir. My mom and her husband said that they have waited around in Dollar General on Columbia multiple times for you to come out the back with the phone number or anything. And she said you never had a phone number. She's seen you for months. Before you started making the complaints about the parenting time, she was seeing you and you never offered a phone number, as well as the times before when you were working, I guess at another store. She said that she would see you out by Dollar Tree Plaza or somewhere. And she said that she would see you and you never said anything about a phone number or asking for my number as well.
Have you tried to reach out to me?
I cannot reach out to you because I do not have a phone number.
Do you have Facebook?
I do not have a Facebook.
Do people around you have social media?
I do not have a Facebook. People around me do not have social media. And if they do, I'm not on Facebook because that is my right and I don't believe in social media.
Okay. When's the last time you actually tried to reach out to me? Do you recall even trying to?
Mr. Wines, I opposed upon the parenting time order, me and you have a mediator
Years ago.
because of the domestic violence.
Correct.
I am supposed to reach out to your mother. I do not have your mother's phone number. I have never once reached out to you or contacted you about our daughter. So I have not.
Okay. Well, my mom has had the same number for 18 years.
Objection, Your Honor, it's supposed to be questioned.
Okay. Go ahead, ask any questions you want, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. Do you ever try to reach out to my mom?
No, sir, because I do not know your mother's phone number.
My mom hasn't tried to reach out to you?
No, I have not received a phone number from your mom, a text or call from your mother.
Do you have her blocked?
I do not have your mother blocked because I do not know your mother's phone number.
I've tried. Oh, okay. Do you know I could Google your name and your addresses and your phone numbers to get in contact with you?
Attorney Jennifer Reed, this is getting confidential because of the domestic violence case. My address is supposed to be confidential, like as far as the courts.
Well, I don't have contact.
He hasn't asked, excuse me, ma'am, he hasn't asked for the number. I think he was asking if you have a number or whatever that he could contact. He hasn't asked for it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I heard that. Sorry, Your Honor. Do I have a number? Do I have a phone number? Are you asking that? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes, I do have a phone number.
Do your brothers know me?
Yes, my brothers know you.
Have I tried to contact them over the years to get in contact with you?
You contacted my brother once last week, telling my brother that I was in danger and that you wanted to see your daughter. And I speak to my brothers every day. And so when he called me, yes, I was very aware of it.
Do you have a good relationship with my mom? Have you ever had any problems with her through third party?
I'm going to object to relevance.
Sir, do you want to address that? She's asking, how's it relevant about the relationship with your mother?
Because she said we go through third party, Your Honor, so we don't even have contact. So I was just trying to get this through you guys to let you know that there's never been no problem.
Okay, well,
for my mom.
Court's can overrule the objection. I think she has talked about the grandmother being a mediator and kind of a go-between to handle parenting time, et cetera. So I think it is a reasonable question. Go ahead.
Okay, do you want me to re-ask that, Lyric? Or
yeah, please. Okay.
Have you ever had any problems with my mom through third party?
A few times. Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna do one at a time.
A few times, only issues I had was like when it was time for pickup, nobody would text me back, and that only happened sporadically. And then she would apologize and tell me, oh, something came up, we can do it next weekend, we can figure out another time, we can do it in another few days. That was the only issue I had with her.
Has my mom kept all three of your kids, not only my kid?
Yeah, every time I asked, not every time, a few times if I asked her, she would keep my other kids, but that's because Lauren wanted her sisters to come. Lauren would cry for her sisters, and that's how they would come.
Who took care of all three of those kids before your fiance?
Me.
I never helped take care of none of them kids. I never lived with you.
Yes, you live with me, but sir, you know you have not kept a job, and you know I've kept a job, and I take care of my kids fully to the max. I own the house, I have the car, I had the job. I financially, emotionally took care of my kids. You were a boyfriend.
So I never bought nothing for the kids.
You never bought anything for the kids.
Wow. Okay. With that being said, do you feel, how do I put it? Do you feel that you could still reach out to my mom?
Yes, I feel like I can reach out to your mom. Me and your mom has no issue with each other.
So why haven't you reached out through your mom to get to my mom? Because they know each other.
My mom does not hang out with your mom. My mom does not have your mother's phone number. My mom does not have any contact with you or anyone in your family, nor has she had in the past. And it has always been like that, sir. My mom has never had your mother's phone number to where they have been texting back and forth. They have never had drop-offs with Lauren. Our mothers are not friends.
Do you know I still have your number? And when I call it, it goes straight to voicemail?
I don't have, that's fine, sir. I have the same phone number. I don't know, sir. I have the same phone number that I had for years. Like I said, my kids been going to the same couple schools, the same daycare. My number has not changed.
Is your phone number in your name?
Why is that relevant to the case?
Is this a question?
Well, answer the question, ma'am.
No, my fiance pays my phone bill. No,
Okay.
my phone is in my fiance's name.
But you said that you haven't changed your phone number in 4 years. Unless you ported your phone number, you weren't together with him when he had your phone number last.
Does my daughter like your fiance?
My daughter loves him. She's crazy about him. She's the only man that she knows. She's known him since she was 1.5 years old.
Okay. So with that being said, why when I call your phone, don't I ever receive no text messages or calls back? My mom also, why when my mom calls your phone, she never gets a call back or nothing back?
Objection, it's a compound question. We need to ask one question at a time.
Would you, Paul? That would
Go ahead, one at a time, sir.
Sorry about that. Why does when my mom call you, it also goes straight to voicemail?
Sir, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how we even got each other's phone number. If you said that you were blocked and you were calling it, then you said you didn't have my number. I'm not sure what number you are even calling. You said I changed my number multiple times, and you said I blocked you. It's either I changed it or I blocked you. Either you had it or you didn't. So I'm trying to understand what you're asking me. You said I changed my number multiple times. Now you're saying I blocked you. If I changed my number multiple times, have you had these multiple phone numbers? How are you still calling the number that you're blocked from? How are you calling a phone number that you know that I don't have?
She's asking me a question. Am I allowed to answer, or I'm just
No, you're not, ma'am. You can't ask him questions.
I'm kind of confused to what he's asking me.
Well,
He's
you can say
stating-
you're confused, then don't ask him
Okay.
questions. Good. Okay.
Sir, I'm confused on the question that you're asking me.
Okay. Do you feel there's a problem between you and my mom, or y'all good in good standings?
Objection, it's been asked and answered, I think by this time repeatedly.
Okay. What's your response, sir?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Skip.
Say what's your response to the objection about asked and answered?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out why it's been going on so long without any communication. I get I haven't seen my daughter, but there's been no phone calls or nothing. It's just been stripped away from me, not by the courts, but from her.
Sir, this isn't a question. Ask a question if you have it.
Do you know it's been stripped away?
I'm gonna object, Your Honor. There's somebody in that room telling Mr. Wines what's going on.
Sir, I just heard somebody talking to you. I told you to get the person out of the room.
Sorry, I'm in somebody else's house. I have to go outside.
Okay?
Okay. Sorry about that.
Well, don't let it happen again, sir, or otherwise the court could find you in contempt, or the court could again vacate and throw out all your testimony at this point.
It won't happen again, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know that I'm there for my daughter if you need me?
I do not know that, sir. You have been very inconsistent in her life. She's 6 years old, and you have had multiple chances prior to this date to reach out. It's been over 3 years, and you've just started putting in complaints about parenting time. I believe you are very selfish when it comes to our daughter. So yes, I do not believe that you are there for her because you have not shown that. Also, when we worked together, you never attended doctor's appointments. Granted, she was 1.5 years old, so she was barely in the day. I was trying to go to daycare and get to go to school and everything, and you were not there. So I don't believe that.
Okay. When will, okay, I gotta make sure I put this in the right way, Your Honor. So bear with me.
I will, but this is your last question, and then I'm calling it. I'm redirecting us to the chase that's still ongoing and going to make myself some dinner. We will go after this tomorrow. We still have 2 hours left of this. I can't do much more. So we'll let him ask this question, and then we will redirect to the chase. Because I don't want to bring around the rosy.
Spoke to your brother Jason?
I speak to my brothers every day.
Has he told you that every time I see him, I ask what's going on and there's no response?
I'm going to object to hearsay.
Okay, court will sustain the objection, sir. You can't ask what somebody else has said, okay?
I'm sorry. This is my first time going through this.
I understand. Well, when you represent yourself, you accept that responsibility to handle the case and ask questions just as if you were the attorney. So you don't get special consideration because you're representing yourself.
Okay, I understand.
I'm not sure that you do, but I already called where we're going. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I'm sorry we're sort of cutting this short. We did a bit more at the beginning. If you didn't see it, actually go back. The Marital Lawnmower is great. We will catch the rest of this tomorrow night, and we will be dissecting it even more. So I'm going to go ahead, play the outro, and it's already set up to redirect over to the chase. Remember to tell them that you love me, KCC, as the WCC West Coast correspondent. I love you guys so much. Remember that. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.